ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned in our opening, we have a packed and fruitful program today. To view the full program and speakers lineup, you may scan the QR code displayed on the side screens or at the back of your badge. And now let me give you a brief overview as we prepare for the next session. Here in the main hall, we'll have 3 engaging plenary sessions covering diverse topics. We'll start with new quality productive forces, followed by Hong Kong's INT journey from local to global. And later, a panel featuring overseas speakers sharing insights on technologies implemented in their countries to benefit local communities. And before we conclude, join us for a fireside chat, which will explore how the merging of technology and new materials can drive a sustainable future. And for those of you who are interested in thematic discussions, 2 concurrent tracks are taking place across the hall. In Theater 1, experts will discuss the low-altitude economy, focusing on how drones and low-altitude technologies can safely operate in urban settings. Meanwhile, in Theater 2, tech leaders will explore innovations for a sustainable future, covering topics like the trustworthiness of generative AI, deep tech applications, and the collaborative potential of IoT and AI. We have truly a packed program and a very comprehensive topics lined up for you today, so make sure you make the most out of our summit. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to our first panel discussion titled Fostering Collaborative Ecosystems, Accelerating the Bridge Between Innovation and Commercialization for Sustainable Growth. And first, let's welcome our moderator for the session, and he is Mr. Jason Chu, JP, ASTRI board member and founder of CherryPix. Let's welcome. Joining Mr. Chu as his panelists, we have Dr. Jacob Kam, JP, Chief Executive Officer, MTR Corporation. Please welcome. On this panel, we also have Professor Jia Ya, Founder and Chairman of Smartmore Corporation. Welcome. Next, we also have Mr. Paul Lu, Chief Operating Officer of Lalamove. Welcome again, gentlemen, and thank you for being with us at this panel. Please take your seats, and I'll pass the mic over to Mr. Chu.
Thank you. Good morning. 恭喜发财. Thank you. Well, first of all, wish everyone a happy, healthy, and prosperous year of the snake. And since we are with this conference, the name suggests that it is applied conference, right? So I wish everyone to have every success in the new year for applying the agility of the snake in every opportunity and challenges that we may encounter in 2025. Now with that, I'd like to just point out the fact that it is quite rare to have a panel that encompasses 3 key success factors in running businesses today: the collaborative ecosystem, the commercialization and innovation bridge, and also sustainable growth. And it's even more rare to have the 3 representative speakers and innovators on stage representing different business cycle, life cycle, and also all of them can speak to the 3 success factors. Now we have a Smartmore, the homegrown unicorn here from research commercialization. We just heard the wonderful story from Professor Low, and we have a slightly different but equally compelling AI story here. And we have Lalamove, our local tech innovator who has international reach, also a unicorn. And of course, MTR, our household name, global enterprise with globally recognized innovation and expertise. Without further ado, I'd like to start with Professor Jia, of chairman and founder of Smartmore. I think several months ago, OpenAI's founder, Sam Altman, talked about 2 scenarios for the future of AI development. The first scenario is AI is going to hit a plateau, development is going to slow down, and we have more or less reached the ceiling. The second scenario is there will be substantial breakthroughs and advancement towards AGI. I think in the last 2 months, it's quite safe to assume that the latter, the second scenario, is more likely. And we have all witnessed the launch of DeepSeek V3, which is the chat model, and the DeepSeek large language model R1, which is the reasoning model, that shocked the world in terms of its performance and cost efficiency. On top of large language model, we also have vertical industry large model. For example, AlphaFold from Protein Large Language, co-created by the Nobel Prize winner Demis Hassabis. They are equally disruptive for industry and shape the future of humanities. Now, being in the center of AI rapid development, SmartMore is playing a key role in shaping our future. I want to hear from Professor Jia, what's your view on how AI would impact our future industries, our jobs, and how do we prepare for it? How do we lead forward with AI? Please.
This is a very good question. I'm happy to start a conversation from my position. Basically, if I, going back to my research career, I can definitely see I have been in this kind of research for 25 years. But I would say in the first 20 years, we are ashamed to call ourselves AI researchers because AI was not a positive term in terms of research, and people feel like this term is huge, but in the inside meaning and the actual thing that a researcher can do is rather limited. So we just call ourselves computer vision researcher or professor. But just in these few years, we definitely see this term becomes a real term, the artificial intelligence. Comparable, it is kind of compared to the human intelligence, and it becomes more and more powerful. Last year, I had a lot of conversation with in public. I told people, say, I believe in the next 5 years, for normal people, at least 50% liberal arts majors will disappear. This is what I predict last year, but I will say this number will increase according to the current insight of such the AI development. So this is just the one side of how AI impact our life. I also heard from our friends for this year graduates, top university in US, the CS graduates, some of them become hard to find jobs. And this is incredible. I mean, you feel like this is not believable if you go back to 5 years ago. I mean, every company wants to have a Stanford CS graduate. But now you find that the programming may not be that necessary for human. Instead, most big companies, internet companies, believe that the programming ability or the programming will be done by AI. In this term, so we realize that the AI development has come into an era that this era has never happened before or exists before in human history. If we go back to the Industrial Revolution, the first Industrial Revolution, the second and the third, they took probably 20 to 100 years to finish the whole process. And slowly, the jobs, everyone's jobs is changing from one form to the other. But today, last year, I talked about how we can do research using equipment with the large language model with the eyes and as the hearing ability. But this year, we already come into a new stage, and we begin to use reasoning, long reasoning, in a lot of AI capabilities. So the change is huge. I will say this is faster than everyone can imagine, including me. So to answer this question, I think I can have just a few thoughts here. So for normal people, I think there's nothing we can do. We just so we have to live with the fact that a lot of jobs will disappear, and this is one reversible, and it will happen by definition. And for companies, for entrepreneurs, I mean, there are a lot of opportunities. So in the coming semester, I'm going to open a new course, and this course the title is How to Build Your First Startup Using AI Tools. I mean, everyone can have a company now. We have a lot of opportunities, and for companies, the good side is that we can have less employees. Well, we can have a really profitable company, but the downside, of course, is we need less people. That means we create less job opportunities. Then I think this is on two sides, normal people and companies. And then the final side is on the government. I told in several times in different venues to the government in different countries, I told them, say, the government need to get prepared. I mean, there will be a lot of young people or skilled people. They are traditionally very popular on the job market. But in future, they may quickly lose their jobs. And then in this way, the total social welfare system will change in the next 5 years, I believe. So that means maybe there are some ways, like we need to get some tax from AI tax, to support those people, they lose jobs because of AI. Or we say we will change the whole welfare system so that everyone without a job can live decently or live in their proper way. And this all because the change of it. But the reason that we can have such a welfare is because that AI created. Probably now we can say the whole society, AI creates probably 10% of products or our economy system. But later on, with the proportion will increase continuously, probably 20%, 30%, until 90%. And at that time, probably 90% of people, I mean the human, don't need to have funny job. Instead, the AI do everything. And then we can get a tax to support that.
Thank you so much. That's a very interesting picture. I think, from, the 50% job disrupted to companies created by AI, the AI tax, and I guess 90% of the population may not need a job in the traditional and conventional way. I think this has a lot to reflect. And I believe leaders in this room should all take it in our hands, not doing anything about it, but actively, proactively shaping it and changing it to a direction that is pro-human, that AI will benefit the future of the humanities. Thank you. Next, I'm going to turn to Paul, if I may. Lala Move is actually a great story, local unicorn story, and it is a powerful example of building a collaborative ecosystem. And you have succeeded not only doing it in Hong Kong with an ecosystem and disrupted the local delivery business, but also exported that in international markets to other places in Asia and the world. So let us have some of the tips and insights of how you can replicate the successful business model in other markets and expand that very ecosystem that works in a new business to the world. Please, Paul.
Thank you, Jason. Lala Move, we started in Hong Kong 11 years ago. And actually, we are operating two brands. We are Holala in mainland China. So we're covering the entire mainland market, 300 plus cities. And outside, we use the name of Lala Move, covering all the major cities in Southeast Asia. And we are also in Bangladesh. We expanded to Latin America. We are in Brazil and Mexico. And just last year, we opened up our operation in Tokyo in Japan. Not long ago, we started Istanbul in Turkey. And we are about to launch in Middle East later on this month. So when it comes to global expansion, we believe that there are three things that are very important. One, you got to have the tech to support your scale. In the platform business, scale is super important. You need to be able to automate and be able to replicate what you do at scale with cost efficiency. Second thing, your business model must be transformable to the other market. All around the world, we use the same tech platform, and we apply the same business model. But at the same time, we tailor-made some of the essential for specific markets, like when it comes to map, when it comes to a payment system, when it comes to the way we communicate with our partner drivers and users, we tailor-made for individual markets. The third bit, which I believe is the most important bit, is to have the right talent. You can have the best technologies and business model, but if you don't have the right team to be able to apply your successful formula and playbook, and at the same time, take into the local market requirement and suit the taste of the local market, you won't be able to do it. So we believe that having a good foundations in terms of technologies and business model, and at the same time have a team that understand the local market, being able to speak to your local stakeholders, whether in our case, the partner drivers as well as users, and majority of them are actually small, medium enterprise. And in some cases, we need to talk to the local regulators,